It's time for another exciting edition of the show with no name on Vaughn Radio. And everybody hold on to your hats because it's time for liftoff.
T minus
10, 9, 8, 7.
6.
Come on, can you keep
5,
up?
4.
I know you
3,
can. Come on.
2.
1.
0.
Yeah.
Ignition.
Come on, cross your fingers, folks.
Liftoff. Liftoff.
Here we go.
After the hour.
Come on, baby, get off the ground. You got this.
Get ready. Hold on to your hat. Strap on your seatbelt. Fasten your seatbelts. Hold on to your hat. Get ready for the ride of your life. The show with no name time. On Vaughn Radio. It's a show with no name. On Vaughn Radio. It's a show with no name. Let's go.
Yeah. The remix.
Show with no name. Show with no name. Yeah.
That's right, amigos. Welcome one, welcome all. It's time for another exciting edition of the show with no name, and it's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you today and every day, my amigos. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for doing what you do, for kicking ass, arrasar, petarlo, and for bringing the magic. That's right, folks. Time for another exciting edition of the show with no name. I trust that you guys have warmed up with my buddy Fitz. His program is called No Excuses, and you can catch it every day right before this show. And if you like the way I teach, I'm just saying, and I've said this a million times, so excuse the repetition here, but if you like the way I teach, well, thanks, Fitz. Fitz trained me. Okay, he trained me that your personality is a big part of your teaching. You know, all of that is important. But he trained me and so many of us here at Vaughn, and you guys can learn with the best. Fitz every morning. The program is called No Excuses. And remember, the best way to stay abreast, estar enterado of what's going on in the Vaughn world is to follow us on social media. You can also stop by our website. It's grupovaughn.com. And what else? If you're looking for materials, you got vaughntienda.com. Also, I can give you the book fair dates. That's all I have. I don't know our stand. I don't know when I'll be there personally, but I can tell you that the book fair, the Madrid book fair, is going to be huge this year, as it is every year. It's going to be kicking off on May 26th, right? May 26th. And the last day is June 11th. So I hope you guys can join us. The reason I'm telling you so far in advance is because I know, well, it creeps up on us. Se nos acerca muy, muy rápido. So follow us on social media. And if you're following us on social media, then you'll know that right now we've got a new initiative with Oxford. ¿Qué tiene que ver la Universidad de Oxford con Vaughan? Pues muchísimo. Es una alegría anunciar que Vaughan ha sido certificado como centro examinador de Oxford Test of English. A partir del próximo mes de marzo 2023, podrás hacer los exámenes de Oxford Test of English en los centros de Vaughan.
Si quieres más información sobre esta iniciativa de Vaughan y Oxford, puedes ver más en nuestra página web, grupovaughan.com. O bien síguenos en redes sociales para más información. Oxford Test of English con Vaughan.
That's right, folks. It's absolutely brilliant. Now you can get tested over at our Vaughan centers. It'll be as of March, so in a couple weeks, but you can start getting information. You can even make a reservation. I think this is a wonderful initiative. I mean, if you think about it, think about all the stuff that I tell you about. We're doing a series with Disney every Saturday. I mean, do you get any bigger than that? I mean, that's an honor and a privilege to work with Disney and to be able to create materials for you guys. But it doesn't stop there. Remember, we also have our friend, what's her name? The assistant, Amazon's assistant.
Ahora puedes aprender inglés con Vaughan y Alexa de Amazon. Solo tienes que decir:
Alexa, quiero aprender inglés.
Bienvenido a Aprende Idiomas con Alexa. Hoy vas a poder aprender lecciones de inglés nivel iniciación con Alexa en colaboración con Vaughan. Podrás aprender desde nuevo vocabulario a pronunciación y mucho más. Cada lección contiene secciones de práctica y de preguntas. Empecemos. Veamos ahora 5 actividades con el verbo ir.
To go.
Ir al gimnasio es.
To go to the gym.
La G de
Gym.
suena casi como una H.
To go to the gym.
Dilo tú.
To go to the gym.
Correcto.
Eso es. Practica inglés con Vaughan y con Alexa de Amazon. Acuérdate, solo tienes que decir:
Alexa, quiero aprender inglés.
esto sí que es un...
Buen comienzo. Te toca.
It's your turn, folks. So, I mean, imagine that. Disney, Amazon, Oxford. I mean, we're talking about institutions, and Vaughan is collaborating with them, obviously, to bring you guys more initiatives, different things. So stay tuned. The best way is to follow us on social media. And if you're following on social media, then you'll do pretty well in our first section, our pop quiz. Come on. Let's go. Quiz. Pop quiz. Hands up. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Sing it with me. Pop quiz. Yeah. Yeah. Pop quiz. Huh? Let's go. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. That's right, amigos. That's right. It is our pop quiz only on the show with no name. And here's where we take a look at a challenge, usually from Vaughan or from one of the presenters on Vaughan Radio. And today we're going to take a look at Tosh Pasqua, which, by the way, Tosh Pasqua, I got to say something. Tosh, you've always been awesome. If you're listening, you've always been awesome, but now that we get to see your classes, not just listening to Back to Basics, her show, but also you can watch her now because she's been using social media. She's been filming these mini classes, kind of like I do as well. In fact, we spoke last Friday regarding this. She said, well, if you could give me some tips. And I said, well, listen, I just try stuff and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I just try not to go too crazy, and I try and enjoy it and always provide something. And that's something I told her. I said, you know, your students are begging to see you because they can hear you every day. But I know Tosh, especially because she focuses on pronunciation a lot. So she'll be like, En la parte de atrás, tienes que notar la vibración. And this is really good if you have a visual aid. So make sure you check out Tasha's show. It's called Back to Basics. It's on Vaughn Radio at 3 p.m., but you can listen to it whenever you want if you listen to the podcast. Also, follow her on social media, and you'll learn tons of things. She's posting videos on a daily basis. Here's the challenge. She says she wants you to translate this. No te enfades, pase lo que pase. So, no te enfades, pase lo que pase, okay? And we'll take a look at some other, in fact, let's do that right now before we move on. I just want to give you an idea that if you're not following Tash Pasqua, you are missing out because let's see. Oh, no, I typed it in wrong. Come on, you should be able to figure that out, Twitter. Come on, I was just missing one letter. All right, so for example, yesterday she looked at bodies of water. So bodies of water, a river, a pond, a stream, right? All of these are different bodies of water, a sea, an ocean. So check it out. It's awesome because it's 30 seconds and you'll learn so much. She's got another video I'm looking at right here where she talks about shops and places, tiendas. So the butcher shop, for example, the library versus the bookshop, right? She also says tan como. So add a structure that a lot of people make mistakes with is the structure I'm as taller than my brother. No, it's I'm taller than my brother, más alto que mi hermano, or I'm as tall as tan alto como, but we can't mix those two. So there's one video. She also looks at cometer un error, to make a mistake. So take a look at Tasha's Twitter, Instagram, follow her, and don't just follow her radio show because her radio show is worth following. But if you're not following her on social media, you are definitely missing out. Now, I'm missing something. Speaking of missing, you guys, you notice that something's missing right now? Oh, yeah, I think I know what I need. Give me a beat. Come on. Yeah. We're going to go on into our virtual classroom where all our super show with no namers are on board, ready to rock. Always a pleasure to have my eager, ansiosos, con ganas, my eager students with us. All right, I hope you guys are feeling good, and I hope you're ready to rock. Let's see. Oh, man, talk about dedication. There's my dad, front row center. He's my mentor. Oh, I'm rhyming all the time, and when I'm going and climbing up the mountain, because nothing in the fountain. I'm just trying to rhyme words. They mean nothing together. I could possibly, but yeah. What's up, Dad? Awesome. First one, and he's like 6 hours ahead of all of us in Spain, at least. So he says, good morning, Alberto, family and friends. Greetings from lovely Greenwood Lake, New York, New York, New York. What's up, Dad? There's Laura. Laura says, good morning, amazing show with no namers. Let's get off to a fantastic start to the week with our great and one-of-a-kind teacher, Double A. Thank you so much, Laura. Always a pleasure to have you on board. There's Vero. Vero says, morning, beautiful people. Happy International Radio Day. Oh, cool. I didn't even realize it. Thanks. If you want to hear some content that has to do with the radio, there's an FYI episode on radio, and I talked to a lot of my friends from Vaughn Radio. All right, let's see. Speaking of friends, let's see who else is on board. Born to Iron Man, there he is, our champion. He says, hiya, people. How you doing? Great. Now that you're here, buddy, let's see. Monse in the house, presente. I know Monse is going to be bringing the magic. I don't doubt it for a second, Monse. She says, morning, guys. I hope you have a super week. No doubt. No doubt. Now that you're here with us, guys, I'm all the names I'm reading, I know it's going to be a great week. I mean, what a great start. And this morning, you know where I was? I was at my daughter's school doing arts and crafts, manualidades. We were making polar bears out of white garbage bags. Hey, teachers are creative. You have to be creative if you're teaching kids, because you're teaching them, how to cut with scissors, how to take cotton and make it look like polar bear's fur. Well, teaching adults, it's like, all right, guys, cut this. But with kids, man, you gotta be built for it. Hecho para ello. Let's see. We've got ESD. What's up, ESD, Mr. Positivity? He says, good morning, classmates and teacher. Shall we all have a great morning? You know what? I think so. I think that's a great idea, ESD. Oh, and ESD says, I took a master class at Vaughn, and it was superb. Oh, wow. I'm going to give you a totally native there, ESD. Superb. Extraordinario. Extraordinary. Wow, good word. I haven't heard too many of my students use it. That's why I said it's a wonderful word. I'm glad you took a master class with us. By the way, if you guys are interested in masters, if you're interested in summer camps, whatever you're interested in, you can find out more information on our website. It's grupovon.com. There's Kubla. He says, good morning, engaging folks. What's up, Kubla? How you doing, buddy? ESD. Oh, on fire today. ESD is feeling it. Oh, yeah. ESD says, wow, Disney and Amazon? Oh, yeah, that sounds amazing. Where do I sign up? Oh, yeah. Where do I sign up? ¿Dónde me apunto? It's a great one. Eddie D. Eddie D. Did you just get 2 totally natives? Oh, my goodness. Where do I sign up? Very good. Well, don't forget, you said Disney and Amazon. You left out Oxford. You left out Oxford, mate. Chris V says, morning, Alberto, Don Diego, and mates. Oh, cool. My dad gets a special shout out and well-deserved. Chris V. Did you notice I'm giving you guys rap names today? Nombres raperos. Yeah. Kubla K. DJ Kubla K. I don't know. He says, after listening to Alexa, I feel forewarned not to miss a single Vaughn live stream. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. ESD says, pop that quizzy, baby. Pop, pop that quiz. Great song of the day. Well, yeah, the quiz, guys, the music's got to get you going. This is a class. But if we can add that music in there, makes us feel good. Laura says, Vaughn Systems never fails to surprise us. Wonderful, Laura. Another way we can say this, a totally native way to say this, and a way I've used you guys as an example. I said, you never cease to amaze me. Nunca paras, nunca dejas de sorprenderme. You never cease to amaze me. And it's true. No, I didn't, when Carmen called me, she goes, oh, yeah, we're working with Amazon Alexa. I said, what? That's awesome. Oh, we're working with that. I find out after. I can't take any credit. I just help throw together a jingle and, help maybe spread the word. Difundir la palabra. All right, let's see. We got some people participating in our pop, that quiz. Pop goes the quiz, goes the quiz, goes pop. Pop goes the quiz, goes the quiz, goes pop. Kubla, there he is. He says, don't get mad no matter what. No te enfades, pase lo que pase. Kubla, nice. You got it. Kubla, you never cease to amaze me. There's Laura, too. She says, don't get mad no matter what. Nice job. Oscar says, don't get upset no matter it happens. Oscar, just a little adjustment, a little tweak, un ajuste. Don't get upset no matter what happens. Y ya es correcto. J. Lima says, Ayo, how you doing, double A? Well, now that you're here, doing great. Monse says, no matter what, don't be mad. Wow, you guys are superstars. Vero, don't get mad. No matter what. No matter what. All right. Well, nobody, I'll tell you what, you guys, that's the one I would use too. But nobody gave me the one that Tosh gave us, which is cool because I like synonyms. You guys know me. I like to know that there are different ways to say things, different levels. No es lo mismo decir, I like pizza than I friggin' love pizza. Is a different weight there. No es lo mismo, you know? Or, you know, I dislike something, then I loathe it, lo detesto. So I like to teach that too, not just the vocabulary, but when is the appropriate moment to use it, right? Let's take a look. Does anyone know? I'll tell you what. I'm not gonna tell you. I'll tell you guys. I'm gonna ask you guys. Excuse me. If not, I'll tell you. Of course, I will. No te enfades, pase lo que pase. Okay, that's what Tosh is asking us. They were all right, by the way. So, as I said, wonderful. All right, Chris. Chris says, don't get angry. Come what may. You got it, Chris. Awesome job. And let's see, you know, sometimes, let's go over to word reference, no matter what. Because sometimes you can just search for synonyms. Not everything. Usually adjectives have a synonym. Maybe a noun doesn't always have one. Lo llamamos así y no hay otro nombre. But let's see, no matter what. No matter what. No, but they're not giving... at any price. At any price is good. That works. Regardless. Right? Pase lo que pase. We use that a lot. Let's see cómo traducen regardless into Spanish. Regardless. English, Spanish. By the way, guys, what I'm doing right now is I'm on word reference. You should have it saved on your tabs. Tab. ¿Cómo se dice tab en español? Pestaña. Not these. These are eyelashes. These pestañas. But es igual, ¿no? Al final. The tabs on your browser. And to browse, ojear, buscar, navegar. I love it when it makes sense. So, regardless, a pesar de todo, en cualquier caso, sin miramientos. Wow, that's very, very formal. Let's see. We've got some other people taking a stab at it. Jay Lima says, every cloud has a silver lining. It's a great expression, Jay, right? It's a good way to tell somebody, don't get mad, come what may. Don't get mad, no matter what. And what was the other one we had? No matter what happens. Yeah, Oscar. Oscar says, no matter it happens. So no matter what happens, that's perfect too. So what are we seeing here? That we just saw 3 different ways to express that idea. Oh, wait, 4, because I also gave you regardless. Okay? Y sé que muchos conocéis regard. But just be careful. I want you guys to write this down, okay? Because this is very, very important. And I hear students mix them up. And we're going to clear it up right now. Lo vamos a aclarar ahora mismo. Okay. If you say referente a la furgoneta, how would you say that? Referente a la furgoneta. Would you say regarding to the van? Furgoneta is a van. Would you say regarding to the van? Nope. You have two options that I can think of. Maybe you have more. You would say regarding the van or in regards to. So you can't mix them. Otra vez, es una o el otro. What I always tell my students is find the one that's easier for you. Which one makes more sense to you? Or which one's easier to say, right? In regards to our conversation, regarding our conversation, folks, we've got to go to our first commercial break. I can't believe it myself. Time is just flying by on the show with no name. I hope you guys are having fun, and I hope you'll join us in the second part of today's show. Stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the show with no name on Vaughn Radio. That's right, amigos, that's right. It's the show with no name. And we are back for part 2 of today's show. I hope you guys are here to have some fun, to learn. No, I don't hope. I know you guys. I trust you're here to have fun, make friends, laugh, and learn. Sounds like a good morning to me. Oh, yeah. Don't forget, after today's show, you got tons of amazing shows. Ximena's triumphant return is right around the corner. Ximena Holiday, I'm referring to, the host of Test Your English and author of a multitude of books. All the Disney stuff that's coming out. Thank you, Ximena. That's right. You can get the whole collection, I think. Well, not yet. I think once the Disney collection comes out, I think you'll be able to get the whole collection. Stay tuned. Again, I think the easiest thing to do is to follow us on social media, wherever you are. If you're on Facebook, we're there. I think Vaughn's even on LinkedIn. So just do a little search. You can find me. If you go to my website, you can find links to Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and blah, blah, blah. Oh, and more importantly, YouTube, because on YouTube, I think I read it. I have around 1,000 videos available on YouTube, but that's neither here nor there. Pero esto no viene a cuento, no es ahora. Right now, it's time for today's Say What? Say what? It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Yeah. Yeah. That's right, amigos. That's right. It's our Say What soundbite where you're going to hear from a famous person. And hopefully you guys will be able to figure out who this person is. But even more, at least more important to me, is that you can give me some information based on what you heard. And your ultimate goal is to give me word for word, as if you were taking down a message. Un recado, I think you say in Spanish. And if you want to comment on the person's accent, you can do that as well. I always think that's interesting, because then you can see if you were right or wrong. All right, well, my amigos, as always, you're going to hear this 4 times, so grab a pen, grab a notebook, wherever you write things down, and write this down.
Find someone who will love you back. Then you can have the happiness you want and deserve. As for the lover you lost, you don't love him. You only loved who you thought he was. You're better off moving on. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.
All right. That's some really good advice there at the end, isn't it? All right, my amigos, I'll give you a second just to digest that. And then I'm going to give it to you again a second time, and then we'll discuss it. I really, to be honest, I really look forward to this part of the show because I love hearing from you guys. Oh, and speaking of hearing from you guys, it seems like we've got a blinking light over here on my answering machine. Yeah, I've got an old school answering machine here on the show with no name. And sometimes we hear from famous people. Sometimes we hear from friends of mine from back in the day. And other times we hear from you guys. So we'll hear from somebody in just a moment. I don't know who it is, but we'll find out. And if you'd like to participate, it's real simple. You just have to send me a 1-minute voice message sharing something in your best English possible. I can always, fix the volume and all that stuff. But obviously, be aware you don't want sirens blaring in the background. Woo, woo, you can always re-record it. And, on the other hand, I don't want you to record it 17 times. So I want it to be natural and spontaneous as well, because nobody wants to feel like they're hearing from a robot. Am I right? Okay, good. So let's hear this Say What soundbite for the second time.
Find someone who will love you back. Then you can have the happiness you want and deserve. As for the lover you lost, you don't love him. You only loved who you thought he was. You're better off moving on. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.
All right, there you go, folks. There you go. That's your Say What soundbite. I say, let's listen to this message. You guys want to hear this message? Let's see who left us a message.
Hi, thanks for calling the show with no name. I can't get to the phone right now, so please leave a message after the tone.
Hello, Alberto, friends, showmates. I want to take advantage of this opportunity. I don't want to miss it to send you a big shout out. And I also want you to know how happy, what a wonderful feeling I feel every time I join the show with your name. And I do apologize for the histories I make up lately, because sometimes I cannot hear very well the audio. I'm not in a easy situation for that. So I want to participate, and then I say, what the hell. And I would, well, I like this idiom. As they say, it takes two to tango. I wouldn't leave out the one and only Leito, who I think he has something to tell you.
Alberto, ayuda a bebés.
Are you serious? That was so awesome. Did you guys know who that was? That was your classmate, Leo, and his son, Leito, giving us a shout out. That was extremely awesome. Thank you to Leo for reaching out and leaving us a message. If you guys, as I said, we'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to leave us a message, it's real simple. Use your phone, record a 1-minute voice note, audio note, whatever you want to call it. Send it to me, and hopefully we'll get it on the air. Keep it at around a minute, and remember to share something. So even people who have participated already, soon, who knows when, but soon I'll say, okay, guys, if you've participated already, you can participate again. We can do a second round, because we'd love to hear your progress. We'd love to hear from you, different things. So, but first, I want to make sure that everybody who wants to participate is able to participate. Let's take a look at our buddy Leo, who did a wonderful job. It was magical hearing his son Leito as well. Excellent job in general, Leo. Just be careful with story and history, right? Story, un cuento. History is the Second World War. Acabo de decir the Third World War. Oops. You said, what the hell? ¿Qué perdemos? What the hell? That's a pretty good expression there. Also, speaking of expressions, it takes two to tango. Dos no pelean si uno no quiere. You also use the phrasal verb to leave out, which is omitir. Excellent job there. And when you introduced your son, cuando nos presentaste a tu hijo, you said a very, very totally native thing, the one and only el mismísimo. So awesome job to Leito and his daddy, Leo. So Leito and his daddy, Leo, wonderful job. I'm sure I'm not the only one who feels that. If you'd like to participate, please send us a message. We'd love to hear from you. All right, let's see what we've got over here. Born to Iron Man says Leo and Leo's son, and he gives him a nice round of applause. Kubla says it was impressive, Leo and Leo's offspring. Great stuff. Look at all the recognition here. Monse says, how nice you both are, Leo. How nice you both are, Leo. Great expressions as well. Laura says, great job, Leo, and your son is so sweet. Absolutely. I second the motion. All right, well, let's see what we've got. We've got to take a look at today's Say What soundbite. You've heard it twice, so I think you should be able to give me a short summary. Let's see. Monse is the first one to participate. And she says, I've heard, this is very British, Monse, just letting you know, because Americans, we always speak in the past. So I heard, but I've heard, that's very British. I'm just telling you. I've heard an American man who speaks so clear and gave us an important message for tomorrow, Valentine's Day. And for every single day of the year, love your significant other, but love yourself first. Excellent job. That's right. Significant other, tu pareja. And love yourself first. Well, we have a similar expression in English. We say charity starts at home. La caridad empieza en casa. What does that mean? That means, how are you going to save the whales? Or, who knows? You're going to save the planet when you're a disaster. You can't, you're emotionally, physically in bad shape. So we need to take care of ourselves in order to better take care of others. I can't take care of my daughter if I don't take care of myself. Correct? So, and I can't donate millions of dollars to, these children who don't have anything when I don't have, that I don't have that money for myself. Unfortunately, of course, I donate and I participate in a lot of different charities, to be honest, but I do a little bit compared to, what I'd love to do. And I've done many times is volunteer my time, my voice, my energy to spread the word as well. So excellent job. Charity starts at home. We've got to take care of ourselves so we can take care of each other. All right, let's take a look. Kubla says, I heard an American male giving advice about love and happiness. He claimed one would be better off by moving on and forgetting about lost love. All right, great stuff, Kubla. Wonderful. Let's see. Chris says, I recognized your voice, Leo. I loved hearing your son's voice as well. Isn't that great? Everybody's excited about Leo and Leto. I don't know if Leo, are you tuned in right now? Well, the good thing is this is all recorded, so you won't miss it. Let's see. Laura says, I heard an American man who may be a motivational speaker talking about love and how important it is to love others, but taking care of yourself first. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's our superstar. Well, our superstar's daddy, Leo. And Leo says, to me, he's a Brit. Well, he's not. He's American. Okay, we'll talk about where he's from in a little bit. To me, he's a Brit who's saying that once in a while, de vez en cuando, he finds someone who loves him back, que le devuelva ese amor. And then he finds the happiness he deserves, la felicidad que se merece, to move on, seguir hacia adelante. He doesn't really care. So careful over here. El care no coge ese, Leo. So we say, he doesn't really care who doesn't love him. Le da igual quien le quiere y quien no le quiere. Okay, great. Great stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, there's Chris as well. Chris says, I heard an American man who speaks crystal clear. Yeah, that's true. Good communicator. As Laura said, sounds like a motivational speaker of sorts. So crystal clear, and is giving us an important message about love, true love. About love, true love, which starts in oneself. Wow, we are getting philosophical here today, folks. But before we get too philosophical, let's move on to our spelling bee.
Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee.
Check it out. That's right, folks. That's right. It is our spelling bee only on the show with no name. And folks, this is the toughest section. So OTSS, baby. What? I said OTSS. And what does that stand for? Only the strong survive. OTSS, baby. OTSS stands for, significa, only the strong survive. So we'll see who can hack it. You know the word hack, de hackear, but also who can hack it is who can take it. ¿Quién tiene la madera? Might be a translation in Spanish. All right, folks, this is round one. OTSS. The first word is INFRINGEMENT. The second word is PLAGIARISM. The third word is PUBLIC space DOMAIN. The fourth one is FAIR space USE. The fifth one is INTELLECTUAL space PROPERTY. And the sixth word is LICENSING. Oh, God. That was really fast, folks. Oh, my God. If you got that, you are definitely on another planet. You're in another galaxy if you got that. Let's see. Jay Lima, better late than never. He's participating in our Say What soundbite. He says, I heard an American guy, American with a capital letter. Remember, nationalities get a capital letter in English. So I heard an American guy advising that nobody will love you if you don't love yourself. Kind of. Well, you got the gist of it, Jay Lima. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we might have a winner on our hands. Ooh, I hate it, man. I hate to say this. Born to Iron Man, close, but no cigar. Now, there's just one letter that's wrong, right? One letter? Yeah. Well, two. It's good, Born to Iron Man. It's fast, but it's not perfect. And in this section, we do strive for perfection. We want to dot our I's and cross our T's. Let's see, Leo. Leo wants to give you guys a little shout out. He says, thank you, friends, for your kind words. I'm very happy to be a part of this amazing community. As Valentine's Day is just around the corner, I tell you that I love you. Leo, you're going to make me cry. I'm going to get all choked up. Have I told you lately that I love you? Have I told you there's no one else above you? Rod Stewart. Temazo. It's a great song. All right, guys, it looks like we're going to have to give you the spelling bee round two. I bought you some time, but nobody got it. So here we go. Round two. This is at a normal pace, una velocidad normal. The first word is MENT. Casi meto una E de más. The second word is PLAGIARISM. The third one is PUBLIC space DOMAIN. The fourth one is FAIR space USE. The fifth one is INTELLECTUAL space PROPERTY. And the last one is LICENSING. All right. Those are your words. Let's see. Kubla taking a stab at it. Nope. Oh, close, but no cigar. Oh, man. It's that same word, too, huh? It's a tough word today. Let's see if anybody got it. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, we've got a winner. Please give it up for Born to Iron Man. In your case, the second time's a charm. A la segunda va la vencida. Also, Chris Valrol, excellent job. Kubla, ahora sí. All right, all right. So technically, the first person to get it right, the first time they tried, that's going to be Chris Valrol. I'll let you guys judge. What do you prefer? Do you prefer to wait and make sure it's correct, or do you prefer to get it and then have to send it back to be corrected? Hey, I'm asking you guys, if you were the boss. You all did a wonderful job. The first time was virtually impossible. It was really, really quick. Let's see. ESD says, I hear a man speaking of the importance of love. And ESD, you're referring to our Say What soundbite. Yeah, well, I've got to tell you something. That last line is the way this person always ended their show. So, you know, when we go to a commercial break, we have our conventions. We say, stick around. We have our liftoff. We have different things that you can expect throughout the show, even though you don't know what the content is going to be. These are called conventions. You know, like, oh, it's time for the movies. Let's see if I know today. You know what's coming, but you don't, which is kind of cool because there's that element of the unexpected, right? But then there's that element of being like, I know how this works. I'm at home in casa, right? I'm at home over here. So, this is definitely somebody who had a show, and they always ended the show with this. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we have got a winner over here. Please, now I'm talking about the Say What soundbite. Please give it up for Kubla. And Kubla, if I want to be a stickler, you're missing one word in there that I just noticed. But it changes the meaning a little bit. So it's almost perfect. It's not perfect though, but it's almost perfect. How's that? So you guys are coming right near the edge of perfection today. Hey, that's not a bad place to be, folks. All right. Well, speaking of our little conventions, right now we have to go to our second commercial break. I can't believe it myself, folks. We've got so much to do in the second half of today's show. So if I were you guys, I wouldn't even think of going anywhere. Stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the show with no name. Just a quick reminder, after today's show, you've got Ximena and Test Your English. If you'd like to get the book, there's a book that goes along with it. You can get that book at our VonTienda.com. Don't forget about Grupo Von, which is our main website, grupovon.com. You can also call us at 911-385831. Or stop by in person. We've got offices all over Spain. Check out our website for all our locations. It's grupovon.com. Also, if you'd like to reach out, contactar, you can reach out on social media. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. And last but not least, download our free app. We've got an app where you can listen to Von Radio on the go. You can listen to it wherever you have a signal on your phone. And if you're like me, podcast, baby. Oh, man, I'm addicted. I'm addicted to podcasts. I'm hooked on. Cambia la preposición, eh? I'm addicted to podcasts. I'm hooked on podcasts. So much that I produce my own podcast. It's called For Your English. Remember last week we went and discovered the 7 wonders. And we didn't just take a look at the 7 ancient wonders, but we also took a look at the modern marvels and the engineering wonders. So check it out, guys. If you want to learn so much more than just English, you can also download my weekly podcast. Now, obviously, that one I can only produce once a week. This show is 5 times a week. You got 10 hours of English with me here. You got another hour of English with me a week on FYI, For Your English. But it's not time to talk about FYI para usar la misma expresión que antes. That's neither here nor there. Why? Because right now it's time for homophones.
Homophones, homophones on the show with no name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. Homophones on the show with no name. Cause homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. Show with no name. Show with homophones. The show with no name. Show with no name. Show with no name.
All right, folks. Well, let's take a look over here. We've got our homophone section. And as always, what I want you guys to do is give me the 2 words that I'm about to give you. And then I want you to tell me if they both sound exactly the same or not. All right. And the first word has several meanings. Several, varios. You can say various, but I think it's more common for some reason to say several. Y es interesante porque si lo ves escrito several, pero no decimos esa sílaba por medio, right? So several, it has several, say it with me, say it aloud, several meanings. One of them is feria. That's right, una feria. Hey, there's the merry-go-round. Awesome. El tío vivo. And there's the roller coaster. Oh, man, this is a lot of fun. I love going to the fun fair. This is, oh, man. Hey, wait, I want to go on the bumper cars, too. Los coches de choque. Yeah, I meet the height requirements. Tengo la altura correcta. You want to learn all this vocabulary? You can learn it. There's an episode of FYI on amusement parks, and I talk about height requirements, the different kinds of rides, the fact that you can call them rides or attractions. And you can ride rides or you can go on rides. I love rides, and so does my daughter. Oh, man. So, feria. The first word is feria. It also means justo. Creo que gastamos lo justo en la feria. So, justo, imparcial, equitativo. Esa me cuesta. También, if we're talking about somebody's skin, their skin color, it's pale, pálido, okay, blanco, claro. Okay, so it's feria, justo, imparcial, equitativo. ¿Ves? Te he dicho que me cuesta. And then it's claro, pálido, o blanco if we're talking about skin tone. And then there's an expression that just came to mind, porque también significa bueno. En cuanto hablamos del tiempo, when we talk about weather, it means good, nice, pleasant. Okay, and we'll take a look at that. Now, the second word I want you to give me, and I want to know if this word sounds exactly the same, is tarifa, precio, pasaje, costo de algo. Okay, la tarifa. All right, el precio. Usually with a bus, a taxi. If you listen, mira, hay mucho FYI sin querer. If you listen to the subway episode of FYI, then you'll be familiar with the second word. So I guess what's going on here? I guess it pays to listen to FYI every week because, well, at some points there will be some crossovers as always. So, and who doesn't want to learn about amusement? I love that kind of stuff. It's right up my alley. Es justo lo que me gusta a mí. Also, I'm going to give you guys the Say What soundbite for the third time. Please write down what you hear.
Find someone who will love you back. Then you can have the happiness you want and deserve. As for the lover you lost, you don't love him. You only loved who you thought he was. You're better off moving on. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.
All right. That's right, my amigos. That is your Say What soundbite for the third time. Also, let's take a look at our homophones. I see we've got a lot of people who are participating. Let's see how you guys did. The first person to participate is our amiga Laura. Lovely Laura. And she says the two words are and. Those are the correct words, Laura. And she says they sound alike. All right. Let's see. Laura, I trust you. Let's see if Kubla agrees. Kubla, those are the correct words. And he agrees. Oh, man. That's two super show with no namers who say that these two words sound the same. All right. Born to Iron Man. There's three super show with no namers who say that the words sound the same. Chris Valrol as well. She says, I think at the end. So Chris isn't 100% sure. Well, that's good. It's good to know when you're not sure because after this section, you'll be sure, right? So that's great. Wonderful. Vero says, they're homophones to me. Well, those are the correct words, Vero, and all of your classmates agree. Let's see. Jay Lima says, my man. For me, the words and are homophones. Absolutely, folks. All right. Let's see. Kubla. Oh, Kubla's given us an example. I found. Oh my! Talk about liándola. Wow. I don't even think I understood the meaning. There's Laura as well, who's also participating in the Say What soundbite. And Laura, yes, you're missing that same part. You got it now, Kubla. But again, guys, remember, try and get it the first time, because if you got to send it to me 2 or 3 times, then You know, it's better to have, when you turn in a project, cuando entregas un proyecto, isn't it? It's better to turn it in once and just be like, I'm sure I quadruple checked it. I know this one's difficult because Laura was missing that same word, but it really is important because it makes a big difference. All right, so let's get back to the homophone section. We're jumping all over the place because a lot of you, well, not a lot of you, but two of you have gotten the say what soundbite. Let's see. So the first person to take a stab at the homophones was Laura. Most of you agreed with her. All right, the first word is fair. Okay, I think if there's one thing you can say about me is I'm fair. So when I've got to congratulate you, I will. And when I don't have to congratulate you, I won't. Right? I'm like Richard Vaughn is very fair. I personally appreciate fair people. Yeah, well, I'm racist. No, I'm joking. Get it? Fair, pálidos. Okay. Or people who work at the fair, right? And el recinto ferial is the fairgrounds. Makes sense, doesn't it? Fairgrounds, tierras, recintos de la feria. So let me say both words for you here. The first word, fair, F-A-I-R. Is that fair? Okay. The second word is F-A-R-E. And that word is the money you have to pay to go on the subway. So what's the subway fare? And I think we looked at this also in the pizza episode, because there's a New York subway pizza connection. What? That's right. A New York subway pizza connection. Yeah, I know. It's some kind of like crazy thing. And basically, it's not that crazy. I'm just trying to blow it up here. Get it? Blow it up. Exagerarlo. Explotarlo. Well, basically, it means that the price of the subway fare, el billete, el pasaje, is the same as a slice of pizza. And they've kind of been aligned since the beginning. So, do the words sound the same? To be fair, I don't even have money for the fare. Ahora, ¿he dicho la feria o he dicho el viaje en el transporte de taxi o de... I said el transporte de taxi, aunque pueden ser los dos. So what does that mean? That means they are homophones. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's see. Kubla says, say what was somewhat tough because the man has a slight lisp. Kubla, we can't change the way people speak, right? I've heard people speak a lot worse than that, right? This guy's a pretty... I'm saying I'm going to use Fitz's words here. No excuses, buddy. No excuses. It was tough, and it's okay. Sometimes things are tough. It's okay. We don't think you're any less of a man, buddy. All right, what do we have to do? Spelling bee. We were looking at our spelling bee. We didn't look at the words. The first word was infringement. You know this word? Sound like a Spanish word? Infringir? Infringement. Violación. Okay, no, I don't mean rape, ese violación. I mean infringement of a violation of rights, derechos, right? A lot of times it's used with copyright, violación de derechos de autor, infringement of copyright, or patent, patente. The British, I think they say patent, right? Patent. So infringement. Now, these words all had to do with piracy, with bootlegging, right? With plagiarism. And it's because today in 1914 in New York City, the American Society, let's pronounce that word together, Society, the American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers was established to protect the copyrighted music compositions of its members. So this was the first kind of union of sorts, sindicato, that was protecting copyright. So the first, I figured we would take a look at some words that are related to that. So infringement. The second word, I'm sure, rings a bell even. Plagiarism, right? Plagiarism. You plagiarized. Let's take a look at these isms really quickly. Think of your favorite food. What is it? I love spaghetti. Ism. That's how it sounds. Plagiarism, communism, nationalism, feminism, Catholicism. There are many isms out there. Darwinism, right? So this one, plagiarism. If you can pronounce one ism, you can pronounce all of them. The second word is public domain. And I don't know how you say this in Spanish, but the good thing is, who knows how to say this word reference? Dominio público. No puede ser tan fácil. Okay, it's in the public domain. It basically means it's not protected by copyright. Okay. The next one is fair use. This was the one that was a doozy. Era un poco difícil. Y de uso, how would you call it? Esta no la tienen aquí. So fair use, I think it's similar to public domain, because public domain could be that the copyright expired. I know usually 50 to 100 years, depending on the country, obviously. But fair use, I think, could be like for educational purposes. I'm not too familiar with this, but this is a word that's, if even if we don't find it in Spanish, look what we do. Fair use meaning. And then it's going to give you a really simple, even though I know what it means, obviously I know what it means, but I'm going to try and give it to you in a very simple way. Fair use in U.S. copyright law. So I don't even know if they use this in England, fair use, but I think it is. I've seen it on YouTube all the time. The doctrine that brief excerpts, trocitos, brief son breves, of copyrighted material may, under certain circumstances, be quoted verbatim for purposes such as criticism, news reporting, teaching, and research. So again, I use a lot of quotes here on the show. They could say, hey, do you have permission to use that? But then if you think about it, I'm teaching. So it's like, well, no, don't teach them that. Don't use movies as a teaching tool. Well, that's not very nice. One thing is the law and one thing is me, making money. We're trying to teach people real English using clips from movies and music. But YouTube doesn't give a rat's ass, como decimos. A YouTube le importa una. Okay, the next one is IP, often called IP, okay? And IP is intellectual property. This is huge. This is what makes you the money, okay? Because, and Walt Disney, by the way, there's an FYI episode on Walt Disney. He drew a rabbit called Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. And he was working for another company at that time. And he drew that character, and that character got really popular. But it wasn't his. It was his boss's. So when he stopped working at that place, I don't think he was fired. I think he quit. He couldn't take that with him. It wasn't his intellectual property. And that day, Walt Disney learned lesson number 1. I will own everything I produce. And well, now, where does Disney make their money? Yeah, the parks, the theme parks, the movies. But you know where I was this past weekend? Disney on Ice at Wizink Center here in Madrid, at the Palacio de Deportes, como se llama. Okay? And licensing. And so IP is everything, baby. It's everything. We call it IP, like the Marvel universe. It's the different characters, all the merchandising that can come from this. You own the rights to that image, that character. And the last one is licensing. And this is what these big companies will do. So a company, Real Madrid, will license their logo to a company that makes beach towels. And it's an officially licensed product. So this is vocabulary you'll see from time to time. And these are all things that, especially now with internet and AI art, I know you say EA, we say AI, AI art. Well, these words, you'll see even more of them in the future. All right, folks, it's time to go to the movies. Name that movie. That's right, amigos. It's Name That Movie only on the show with no name. And as always, this is the part of the show where we learn from movies thanks to fair use. There it is in context. Now, I'm going to give you the trailer, even though I think that the trailer is going to give it away. If you're a fan of this series of movies, then you're definitely going to know instantly. But that's okay. All right. We'll see if we're on the same page because I freaking love these movies. They're sophomoric. The humor is sophomoric. Pedos, caca, penes, that kind of humor. You know, where it's like, okay, go for the easy laugh, right? But sometimes that's what you feel like watching, right? Okay, so here you go. Jim, Michelle, Stifler, and their friends reunite in East Great Falls, Michigan for their high school reunion. Okay, there we go. So Jim, Michelle, si no sabes eso, dices, bueno, hay muchos Jims, hay muchos Michelles. Stifler, I don't know too many Stiflers. And their friends reunite. Now, ojo con esta palabra, no es reunirse para una reunión, pero es reunite, es reunirse después de mucho tiempo. So just be careful, it could be a false friend. Tomorrow we're going to reunite with my boss. Oh, really? Well, you haven't seen him in a long time? I saw him yesterday. That's to have a meeting, right? So Jim, Michelle, Stifler, and their friends reunite in East Great Falls. Cataratas significa que hay cataratas. Hay muchos sitios en Estados Unidos que se llaman falls. East Great Falls, Michigan. Fijaos en la pronunciación. Michigan, for their high school reunion. Y vamos a pronunciar esta palabra, por favor. It's not high school, sino high school. Their high school reunion. Did you guys go to your high school reunion? Do you do that in Spain? I didn't go to mine. I should have. I don't know why I didn't. I think I was in Spain and I was like, I don't feel like going, flying out there. Maybe if I was already going to be there in the United States, but oh man, I don't know. I wasn't up for it. I think about it like this way. I don't want to go there and I don't know. I don't know why. A lot of people look forward to it. My mom's like, why didn't you want to go? I'm like, I don't know, just not interested. No, it's not no specific reason. You know, I feel like doing this. I don't feel like doing that. It's that simple. Ladies and gentlemen, we have got a winner. She's the movie queen. She's the movie queen. Oh, yeah. It's Chris Valrol. It is Chris Valrol. She is Chris Valrol. Chris, that's your new ringtone. Just by the way. She's the Chris Valrol. The movie is American Reunion. It's from the American Pie series. All right. Also, Kubla and Jay got it as well. Good job, fellas. But it's hard to topple the movie queen. She's the movie queen. All right. All right. All right. So, Rachel, Finch's mom. Now, we know Stifler, right? And we know Finch, and we know Finch and Stifler's mom, right? In fact, the word MILF, madre que me gustaría, okay. He fell in love with, I'm trying to think of the characters' names now. Me estoy liando un poco con los personajes. So Finch fell in love with Stifler's mom. So that was the original MILF, Stifler's mom. Now, this is a scene between Finch's mom and Stifler. You want to talk about revenge? Here it is. He flipped the script, right? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. All right, so let's take a look at this scene that I've chosen. And a finch, I believe, is a kind of bird, if I'm not mistaken. Finch. Fingílido, pinzón. I think you say pinzón. So Rachel Finch's mom, Rachel, says, you know, when I was in high school, I dated a lacrosse player. Salí con un jugador de lacrosse. Es muy popular en high school y in university too. In fact, I dated a few of them. Now that's a bad sign. Salí con todo el equipo. You know, now you're like, wait a second. You know, okay. I dated a few of them. And Steve Stifler, looking for his revenge, says, you don't say. No me digas. You don't say. And Rachel, Finch's mom, says, I always wanted Paul to be more into sports, but he was just never that interested. Okay. To be into es que le mola algo. And then Steve Stifler says, you don't have to sugarcoat it. No hay que ponerle una capa de azúcar. No hay que ponerlo bonito. I think sugarcoat, a ver, dorar la píldora, right? To disguise something unpleasant in a pleasant way. You don't have to sugarcoat it. Finch was a klutz. And the word klutz es torpe. And then Finch's mom laughs. And she says, yeah, I guess he was. But he did not get that from me. Pero eso no lo cogió de mí, lo de ser torpe. And she says, I was head cheerleader. Yo era la animadora jefa. And now, of course, Stifler's like, oh my God, jackpot. Me ha tocado el bote, the jackpot. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got to go to our final commercial break. I can't believe it. We'll be right back with tons more, so stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to this, the fourth and final part of today's show with no name. All right, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back. So much to do. Oh, I forgot to teach you before when we looked at our homophones. Fair weather friend. Remember I said se usa también con el tiempo. F-A-I-R, no F-A-R-E. Fair weather friend. I think we all have had, unfortunately, acquaintances, because really, it's not really a friend. A fair weather friend. Un amigo que solo está cuando hace bueno. Everybody know that? I mean, sadly, we've all had fair weather friends. And Laura says the fairest of them all. Oh yeah, this is from, what is it, Cinderella? No, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White. Me lío con mis Disney classics. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Dices, pero ¿la más pálida? ¿La más justa? Bueno, antiguamente fair era guapa también, pero ya es un poco, right? Piénsalo, el tiempo guapo, está solo para el buen tiempo. You're a fair weather friend. Well, folks, we've got so much to do here on the fourth and final part of today's show, so let's get rocking with today's Double Trouble. Double trouble, baby. Yeah, you know what time it is. Give it up. Double trouble, yeah. I said double trouble. Come on. Double, yeah. Double trouble. I said double trouble. That's right. All right, amigos. It's Double Trouble only on the show with no name. And as always, this is a part of the show where I'm going to give you a translation. We've already looked at a translation. Remember, Tosh gave us a translation that we looked at the beginning of the show. But this one's going to be a little bit tougher just because you have to use the same word. Oh, wait. Did I just say double trouble? I'm sorry. It's triple trouble today. Triple trouble. I hope you guys are ready for this one. This is another example of OTSS. Only the strong survive. Si no te aprendes ningún acrónimo hoy, lo he dicho 20 veces. Ok, no me reveles de golpe todo. Okay. I tried to translate this myself. No me lo reveles de golpe. No me lo reveles todo de golpe. Mejor. Al lado del manantial en la primavera. Todo. Ok. So lo que me faltaba era meter el todo aquí. So no lo reveles todo de golpe. Al lado del manantial. Manantial. I always say that word wrong too. Manantial. ¿Ves? Me lo corrige over here. Okay, so no me lo reveles todo de golpe al lado del manantial en la primavera. ¿Ves? He tardado 3 veces en sacarlo ahí en español. Hopefully you guys will have less trouble than I did. So no me lo reveles todo de golpe al lado del manantial en la primavera. You have to use the same word 3 times, my amigos. Also, I'm going to give you today's Say What soundbite for the 4th time.
Find someone who will love you back. Then you can have the happiness you want and deserve. As for the lover you lost, you don't love him. You only loved who you thought he was. You're better off moving on. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.
All right. Somebody said something before about a lisp. I maybe there's a little lisp over there, but not in the word that everybody made a mistake with. So I'm not buying it, guys. I know this program is not called No Excuses, but the lisp thing, I don't remember who said it. Not here. All right, let's take a look at our double trouble, triple trouble, and let's see if anybody got it. Okay, Monse is the first one taking a stab at it. And Monse, she says, don't spring it all on me near the spring on spring. Monse, I'm going to give you a nice round of applause. But I'm going to ask you to just change one letter. Instead of on, in. Right? So on a day of the week, on Monday, vamos a repasarlos. Muy importante esto. I work on Mondays. I worked in February. I worked in 2022. So years, months in. The day is on. I was born on November 19th. I was born on November 19th, 1977. I was born in November. I was born in 1977. I was born on a Friday. ¿Ves? Okay, so this is a difficult one, those prepositions, but Monse, one letter off. I love it. Excellent. Don't spring it all on me near the spring in spring. I love it. Let's see. Leonardo says, please do not spring everything to me at once. En vez de tú, on me. Y lo tienes. Please do not spring everything on me at once. Next to the spring in the spring. All right, guys. You guys. Again. This is a really difficult one because it was triple trouble and great. And both of you just had one little adjustment over there. Excellent job to Monse and Leo. Kubla, don't spring it all at once by the spring in spring. All right. We're missing the on me, but that's cool. But just so you guys know, if we put it, si decimos a quién, we would say, don't, like, who said it? Monse, you got that part right. Don't spring it all on me at once, or don't spring it all on me, right? There, as we said, there are different ways to say it. But if we put the person, he sprang it on her, right? Se lo dijo todo de golpe. He sprang it on her. Okay, spring, sprang, sprung. Are we really speaking English here or what? Let's see. Laura says, don't spring everything on me all of a sudden by the spring in spring. Wow, guys, excellent job. Okay. So to spring something on somebody, right? It means to give them everything. Like, whoa, I wasn't expecting this, right? To spring it. So to reveal everything and just like, and there it is. And you're like, ah. And if you think about it, the word spring, we already just said is primavera, right? But spring is also muelle. So if you spring something, boing, toma, el marrón, bang, ahí lo tienes. So don't spring it on me, al lado de, next to or beside. The beside doesn't use anything. So next to the spring or beside the spring. Okay. Y en la primavera is in spring. All right. I see you guys having a debate over here over who was first and who was faster. If there was a mistake or something, sorry. Again, there are many people and just one of me. It's never intentional. You're all winners. Así nunca hay problema. Everybody here is a winner. If I missed a comment, I do apologize. But now I see a lot of comments that don't have to do with the sections. So then it just confuses me more. But it doesn't matter. As I said, it doesn't matter. It's not about being first or anything like that. It's about participating, learning, and having fun. Don't get caught up on all those little details. I think we got to lighten up. Aligerar. Do you say the same thing in Spanish? We got to lighten up. Why don't we tell some jokes? Thank you. Okay, what did the guy say when he walked into the bar? Ouch. Ouch. You get it? Ouch. He walked into the bar. You're joking. That's right, amigos. You're joking only on the show with no name. And here we go with a couple jokes. We'll see if you guys get these jokes or not. What is a math teacher's favorite dessert? Okay. What is a math teacher's favorite dessert? Do you know the answer? What's your favorite dessert? Mine? It's a tough question. I don't really have a sweet tooth. Yo no soy muy goloso. Now, I can eat a bag of salt and vinegar chips like it's going out of style. I can kill that in 5 seconds flat. So what is a math teacher's favorite dessert? Oh, that's easy. Pie. Are you serious? No? What is a math teacher's favorite dessert? Pie. I think it's so funny. Well, you know, pie. We were looking at American Pie before, right? So where's the joke? What is a mathematician or a math teacher's favorite dessert? Pie. Well, folks, pie is una torta o tarta. A ver cómo lo ponen aquí. Pastel o tarta. In Argentina, torta. Okay? So, you know it, American Pie. That was the movie we looked at today. All right, but also, if we remove that E from the end, quitamos esa E del final, we get the mathematical number 3.14. Okay? 3.14 is rounded. Okay? Kubla's given us the whole number, but you're giving it to us in Spanish because that's 3,100. So yeah, that's a little careful with that, Kubla. It's a very, very common mistake there, guys. I think we have to do numbers more often. I don't do them often because I hate numbers personally, but I do realize the importance of them. You know, they're hard because the higher they are, the harder they are to get usually. And then there are certain problem areas. The same thing with our spelling bee as well. So the word pie, you know, from American Pie. The other one is pie from math. Okay. pi, bueno, en español, 3,14, blah, 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 right? But 3.14 estimated, ballpark, is pi. O sea, P-I suena igual que P-I-E. Okay? Pie. American pie. You get it now? Okay. All right. No problem. I got another one for you. Why did the pumpkin pie go to a dentist? Okay. Why did the pumpkin pie go to the dentist? Anyone? Well, because he needed to get a filling. No. Why did the pumpkin pie go to the dentist? ¿Por qué fue? Oh, I love pumpkin. I told you I don't have a sweet tooth until you put pumpkin pie in front of me. But no whipped cream. Yo no quiero nata montada. I hate that stuff. Okay, if it's good, you don't need that stuff. That's my philosophy. And chocolate syrup. Forget all that crap. You got a good piece of pumpkin pie, don't put anything on it. So why did the pumpkin pie go to a dentist? Because it needed a filling. Okay, well, a filling is el relleno, right? The filling. If you have jelly donuts, well, the filling is jelly, right? But also a filling is something you get in your tooth. If you get a cavity, okay, you say carie, cavity, then you get something that says empaste. Unless you're in Colombia or Ecuador, then it's calza. So you guys are learning some Latin Spanish as well today. So yes, a filling. So when you have a cavity, you get a hole in your tooth and they give you a filling, or you get a filling. Do you get it now? Why did the pumpkin pie go to a dentist? Because it needed a filling. Okay. All right. One more joke here. What did the mother ghost tell the baby ghost when he ate his pie too fast? Okay. What did the mother ghost tell the baby ghost when he ate his pie too fast? Easy. Stop gobbling your dessert. No. Stop gobbling your dessert. What did the mother ghost tell the baby ghost when he ate his pie too fast? Stop gobbling your dessert. Okay, well, a goblin is a mythical creature, duende, right? A mischievous elf, un duende malvado, a goblin. Because if not, you would say an elf. So this is a goblin, un duende malvado, goblin. Okay, funny. They're ghosts, goblin. But also to gobble, it's what a turkey does. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Graznar, glutear, cloquear, me pone. But also to gobble is to engullir, tragar, to eat something really quickly. Okay? Man, you gobbled up your lunch. Oh, yeah. No, te lo tragaste, lo inhalaste. You gobbled, lo engulliste. You gobbled it up. So do you get it now? What did the mother ghost tell the baby ghost when he ate his pie too fast? Stop gobbling your dessert. Deja de engullir, deja de ser un duende. Okay. All right. Not the best jokes in the world. Thank God the whole show isn't jokes, and we've got other sections. Let's move on to today's famous birthday trivia. right, amigos. It's famous birthday trivia only on the show with no name. Let's see who's celebrating a birthday today. The first one is our birthday girl who was born today in 1979. She's an American actress and fashion designer. What else? She began her career in the fashion world, but then she parlayed that into acting. And to parlay es transicionar, aprovechar una cosa para llevar a otra cosa. We're going to be looking at that on the podcast this week. I know, because I was just preparing the vocabulary sheets. To parlay something into something, frazón, right? So I was able to parlay my acting skills into my teaching. Aprovechar lo de interpretar, hacer personajes a la clase, right? To the classroom. So it's a great, great word. So this person started as an actress. She parlayed that into, started as a model and parlayed that into a career as an actress. And she was in American Beauty. She played the blonde girl with the roses, right? The neighbor. Well, not the neighbor, the friend, right? The main girl's friend. Although, who was the lead? ¿Quién fue la principal? Because we all know who was on the cover. American Beauty. What a great movie. 1999. She was also in the American Pie films as well. And Kiss the Girls with Morgan Freeman in 1997. The Slums of Beverly Hills, right? Slums is a ghetto. You probably know it from Slumdog Millionaire. She was in The Musketeer. She was in Beauty Shop, Brooklyn Rules, Day of the Dead, and You May Not Kiss the Bride. No puede besar a la novia. That's a good name. All right, and number 2, this guy wants to be your sledgehammer. Your sledgehammer, okay? Yeah, that's what his video says. I want to be your mazo, your almadena. I want to be your sledgehammer. And this guy is an amazing artist. He was the original lead singer of the group Genesis, but then he broke off and started doing his own solo stuff, which got really, really huge. I remember it coincided with the beginning of MTV. So his videos were very visual. You could tell he was an artist. You know, you could listen to the music and you could see the video and say, this guy's an artist. Even if I didn't know him, he was older than my generation because Genesis were like 70s, 80s, right? So, you know, that was kind of old, but I just remember being blown away. And then there's a beautiful ballad, a power ballad. In your eyes, the light, the heat in your eyes. I am complete in your eyes. And last but not least, this person was born in 1944. He was the 56th mayor of Cincinnati. He had a tabloid talk show, and it was probably one of the most popular talk shows. It was like your Diario de Patricia, but American style, like with the volume turned up to like 20. So it was like Diario de Patricia on steroids, okay? And people used to throw chairs. I mean, it's crazy. You'll see this guy referenced in so many movies. He's been in a lot of movies, in fact. But this show, I mean, it was insane. And everybody knew it too. Like everybody knew that the show was garbage. Really, you know, you're seeing people fight. Half of it is scripted, but everybody watched it. Their viewership, audiencia, was through the roof, and that's why it was on the air from 1991 to 2018. It's not normal for a show that's not The Simpsons or something like that to be on the air so long. Folks, we've got a winner. Please give it up for Kubla. Number 1, Mina Suvari. Number 2, Peter Gabriel. And number 3, Jerry Springer. I didn't want to spring that last one on Spring. Okay, Jerry Springer. This is him at the end of his show. And he's saying, find someone that will love you back. Find someone who will love you back. Que te querrá de vuelta. Then you can have the happiness you want and deserve. And as for the lover you lost, y el amante que has perdido, you don't love him. You only loved who you thought he was. You're better off moving on. Más te vale seguir adelante. You're better off moving on. Till next time. Lo que os faltaba era ese till. Because next time is vamos a ver esto la próxima vez. Till next time is hasta luego, hasta la próxima. So it's taking that till out changes it. Till next time, hasta la próxima. And then he says, take care of yourself and each other. Cuida. I love that sentence. He's saying, cuídate de ti y a los demás, ¿no? Los que tienes alrededor. So here he is. Even though his show is absolute garbage, you could get some inspiration from it. It's the one and only Jerry Springer.
Find someone who will love you back. Then you can have the happiness you want and deserve. As for the lover you lost, you don't love him. You only loved who you thought he was. You're better off moving on. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.
All right, amigos. And now it's time for Name That Lyric.
Hi, hello, Alberto. I think the song is. No? Sorry, bye.
Name that lyric, name that lyric, name that lyric, name that lyric only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name. Name that lyric only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name. It's name that lyric only on the show with no name.
Right, that's right, amigos. It's Name That Lyric only on the show with no name. And this is the last section. Thank you to all of you. Each and every one of you. No me salto nadie aquí. Each and every one of you. And when I say each and every one of you, I mean the ones that aren't even here. The ones that are listening to the podcast right now. The ones who are listening later on. Hey, Nata. Hey, the rest of you. It's awesome. Thanks for being a part of it. Even if you're not here every day getting all that glory, I know you're here and we appreciate it. Keep up the great work. All right, folks, and I'm going to give you the song. Why? Well, we have less than a minute. So here it is. The song is a classic. It's In Your Eyes by Peter Gabriel. And if you haven't heard it, well, this is a wonderful song. We're just going to hear a little bit of it right now as we say goodbye. But hopefully you guys will be able to listen to it on your own. This is Peter Gabriel, In Your Eyes. Thank you so much to all of you guys for being here once again. It's always an absolute pleasure to spend this 2-hour period with you, my amigos. I get so lost sometime. Boom, boom. He's awesome. You guys are awesome. Have a wonderful day, folks, and we'll be back tomorrow. I promise. I get so lost sometimes.